Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at Merimbula Airport here in regional New South Wales, and I'm going to be flying Qantas aboard a Q300 from here in Merimbula up to Sydney. Merimbula Airport's pretty new. I'm not sure about the colour choices here, but it was renovated just a few years back. Anyways, let's go in and check in. Also, you do need a face mask in here, which I forgot about, so I'm going to have to ask for that. But yeah, here's checking. Just two airlines flying here, Rex and Qantas. Okay, so it took a minute because it takes a bit long. Everything's very manual and all that, but they're really friendly. And check-in is now completed. And yeah, there's a little cafe here where you can get a bite to eat. There is no security, which is as per normal in a regional airport like this. There's tables around the place here, and also here's the gate. Boarding's in about 20 minutes. Here's our plane for today. It's just arrived in from Sydney right on time. This is a VH-TQD. It's a 2006 built Dash-8 Q300. It was delivered brand new to QantasLink, operated by Eastern Australia. It was then transferred in 2016 over to Jetstar New Zealand and operated there for 3 years, and then returned back to Qantas in 2019 and has been with them ever since. Also, there are plenty of power outlets to charge your devices here, which is what I'm going to do for the next 10 minutes before we board. Also, good plane spotting out there. They're boarding by rows today, and boarding has just started with rows 9 to 12 coming up first, and I'm in row 11. So, anyways, let's go ahead and board.
Thank you. It's under there. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now time to board. It's a beautiful day in Merimbula. It's a beautiful city as well.
Thanks very much for that, mate. Thanks, no worries.
Perfect, thank you. Folks, how are we today?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Lee. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Here we are on board the Dash-8 Q300. The configuration is 2-2. And there's also 12 rows. Except row 1, you might have seen earlier, it has a funny configuration where there are 6 seats in row 1. Anyways, my seat for today is 11A, which is just here on the left side of the aircraft, but we're boarding from the front on the right side. It has a decent view of the back of the engine. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a view of the propeller today.
Mark, and joining in the cabin today is Scott. Your captain on today's flight is Travis Bond, along with First Officer Michael Curry. We'd like to welcome back our Qantas and our onboard frequent flyers, along with our Qantas business or partners travelling with us today. With QantasLink Flight QF2178 through to Sydney, it's great to have you with us today. Please place any larger bags in the overhead locker and smaller bags underneath the seat in front of you.
Now that I'm on board here with my seatbelt fastened, let's go through the seat features of the Qantas Dash-8 Q300. So firstly, the legroom is pretty good. Definitely, I think it's better than the 737. I think 81 centimetres, 32 inches, which is pretty good. However, if you're on a window seat, you do have this thing on the side which obstructs some of your legroom, so it's a little bit tighter, which is a bit annoying, but definitely not too bad. Then you have a seat back pocket here, which is nice and stretchable, and there's a Qantas magazine, as well as the safety instructions card. It looks very old and battered, the seat pocket. I don't think it's been replaced or repainted or anything like that. There's lots of scratches, but for the most part it's clean. And then here's the tray table, which is in a fixed position, and it's not massive, but it's enough for a plane of this size. Also, it's a little bit dirty, which isn't ideal, but that's okay. Could be worse. And yeah. Also, these seats are relatively small, but the actual padding is quite comfy. There is no headrest, but it is curved a bit. Anyways, that's about it for the seat features of this aircraft. I think for a flight of this length, it's perfectly acceptable, and probably above average. Now time for engine start and to turn around. We're actually probably going to take off early.
A line of lights on the floor will illuminate to direct you to an emergency exit. A life jacket is located under your seat. Should the life jacket be required, remove it from its container, unroll it and place it over your head. Pass this tape around your waist and secure the buckle closed. To tighten, pull this tape.
So it's relatively hard to hear the automated safety briefing. It's quite quiet. Also, something to note is the fact that in this seat, it feels like there's a missing window there. Before the refreshment service, cabin crew have come around to hand us out some water, which is definitely a nice touch. It's relatively cool as well. Okay, so now I believe we're still climbing to our cruising altitude. Cabin crew, they're pretty friendly, have come around to hand out the snacks, and they still are. So this is what I've got so far: the passion fruit butterburst biscuits. I've had them a while ago, 6 months ago. Yeah, tea be good, thanks. Just milk, thanks. So yeah, I've had these maybe 6 months ago or something, and they're really tasty. Thanks. And then this here I've had more recently, Spring Hill Farm. These ones, they're super tasty as well. So very tasty snacks. Also, he just came around to give out cups for tea or coffee. So yeah, all in all for a flight which is only 55 minutes, I think this is really good. And yes, certainly very tasty. Okay, so now I believe we're just about to descend as the cabin crew were just told to prepare for landing. They have already come around once to collect rubbish and also asked me if I wanted anything else, which was really kind, I think. So yeah, so far it's been a very smooth and enjoyable flight.
Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Seatbelts must remain fastened till the aircraft has come to a stop and the seatbelt sign has been switched off. Please ensure that all hand baggage is now restowed in the overhead lockers or under the seat in front of you, and if you're in an exit row 1 or 10, please replace all bags in the overhead lockers. Small handheld devices may continue to be used in flight mode for landing. Laptops and large devices must now be switched off after remaining service.
Now that we have well and truly started our descent into Sydney, we have been descending for a good 5 to 10 minutes or so now. We are, I don't know, there's a bit of a squeaking noise in the background, and as we are approaching the clouds, we are now getting some minor turbulence. I think we're probably going to land around 20 minutes early, which is pretty good. Landing gear has just been dropped, and therefore I would say that we are probably now well and truly approaching Sydney Kingston Smith International Airport. I have a feeling we'll be landing on either runway 32 left or 32 right today. Okay, so we are now on our approach. We're landing on runway 25, I think, if not runway 7. So we're actually landing on Sydney's smallest runway, which is quite unusual.
QantasLink would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land. As the seatbelt sign is still on, please remain seated with your seatbelt firmly fastened. It is not permissible to retrieve any items or baggage from the rear of the aircraft. For those of you leaving us here in Sydney, your checked-in baggage was made available to you from the baggage claim area located on the lower left of the
By the way,
building.
a common procedure on the Dash-8 and some other props is to turn off one engine during taxi, which is what they've done, and it happens to be the one on our side.
Terminal here at Sydney Airport today, you'll be arriving at Terminal 3. If you are connected onto a Qantas international operated flight today, please make your way through security and make...
So you could get there earlier?
By the way, almost all the time when you arrive on a Q400, unless you're really lucky, you will be put into a bus gate. Oh, there's a plane moving in front of us, as you can see there. Also, I think what's seeming like we will possibly have the furthest gate possible. Hi. Yep, thank you very much. Welcome to Sydney.
When do you get your PCR?
Okay, so now that we're here at the terminal, I think it's about time that I conclude today's trip report. Well, the first thing that I'd like to say is that Merimbula Airport, considering the size of it and the amount of space they have, I think it's a pretty good layout. And then boarding process, we managed to board right on time and depart a bit early, and we got a nice greeting. It wasn't the best I've ever had, but you know, just a regular greeting from the crew. And yeah, and then take off a bit early, which was great. And up in the air, the crew were really nice and were offering to help as much as they could. So yeah, and then the food service on there, it was a 1 hour flight, so I think that's pretty good, especially for a regional flight. So yeah, and finally, the landing, it was good, except deboarding through the bus is a little annoying, but definitely something that you could expect, considering it's a little prop. So yeah, overall, I would say the only competitor on this route is Rex. Qantas would generally cost maybe $30, anywhere from $30 to $60 more than Rex. So, look, Rex normally flies about 2 hours later, so if like the time doesn't matter for you, I would go with Rex because it's a little bit better value for money. You get the same thing pretty much, but for a slightly cheaper price. But if the Qantas time suits you, then Qantas is certainly also a very good option, and I have no complaints about today's flight. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video. A like and subscription if you enjoyed would be much appreciated. As always, but of course you don't have to. And yeah, check out my community page for polls and stuff like that, and website for more information on upcoming flights and all of that. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you in my next video.